we do and win your free bounce house party and DJ. So, who wants to be the next winner of the free bounce house party and DJ? Get connected, it could be you. Get connected, it could be you. Just text or call and say, we do at 404-333-8423. That's 404-333-8423. Just text we do, your name, event, and contact information. The most text we receive wins the free bounce house and DJ party. The number to call or text 404-333-8423. 404-333-8423.
Gospel united to save. It's the Guts Gospel Show, a variety talk show with a Christian view. With your host, Nikki B, featuring open discussion, event spotlights, and special guests. Tune in weekdays 3 times a day. Wake up for the morning show at 7 a.m. Tune in for the midday show at 3:30 p.m. And ride home with the evening show at 6 p.m. And Saturdays at 10 a.m. The Guts Gospel Show. Guts Gospel Show with your host, Nikki B. Gospel united to save. Tune in, call in, and log in. Let's talk about it, laugh about it, and pray about it with Nikki B. Right here on this station. Tune in online and listen to it on the internet. www.gutsay.webs.com. It's the Guts Gospel Show. Gospel united to save. A variety talk show with a Christian view.
This commercial is sponsored by Rhythm and Gospel Networks. We're replacing the blues with the good news.
God will make a way. I know that He will. I've seen it and He will. Oh, God will bring you out. I know that He will. I've seen it and I know He will. If you just let Him make a way. God will make a way. I know that He will. I know He will. I've seen it and He will. I've seen it and I know He will. Yes. God will make a way. I know that He will.
Yeah, I know He will. How about you? You know God will make a way? That's Shirley Caesar. God will make a way right here on Guts Gospel United Save. Bring you the information needed for transformation within South Florida and all over the world. A variety talk show with a Christian point of view. Hoping that you will have the guts to tell somebody about Jesus. I'm your host, Nikki V, and we do thank you so much for tuning into the broadcast. Hope that you will continue to tune in Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The number to call, 877-217-5375. That's toll free, y'all. 877-217-5375 within the continental United States. By the way, you can always text us your prayer requests or your information or your thoughts or your comments to 954-554-6755. Also, you can send us an email, reach out to us, let us know what's going on at gutsay@myway.com. That's gutsay@myway.com. gutsay@myway.com. That's where you can reach out to us on the email. We do thank God for all of you who have already talked to us, reached out to us, text us, and all of those good things. By the way, we're really grateful for all the ones of you who have gone to the website gutsay.com, gutsay.com, gutsay.com. Thanks for stopping by and being a part of what God is doing right here and right now, and having the guts to tell somebody about Jesus. By the way, we've got a couple of different things that are coming up, and it's the after praise at the Fort Lauderdale Church of God in Christ. Definitely inviting everybody out to be with us. We've got Undisputed Proof, Gospel Filtrations, and DJ Device. Everybody's going to be out there, so come on out right after your watch night service. If you'd like to come out during watch night service, we'll have you there too at the Fort Lauderdale Church of God in Christ, 744 Northwest 12th Avenue in the city of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And we do thank God for you all tuning into the broadcast and being a part of what God is doing, and inviting you again to that after praise. It's going to be the praise party after the celebration of the new year. And for those of you who are worried about the end of the world, well, it hasn't happened, so why not get on board with the gospel train or get on board with Jesus? Why do you halt between two decisions when you could just choose life instead of death, choose good instead of evil? It's right here before you, and all you got to do is make the choice, because God will make a way.
Brother James Fortune, I tried it for myself. Yeah, I tell you to try the Lord. He'll be your friend when you're friendless. He'll walk right beside you. When you're sick and can't get around. When the doctor gives you bad news, but out of nowhere. Watch this. Jesus step right in. I said he stepped right in. Let me tell you that the God I serve, he'll be right there. I know he will. Oh, yeah, he will.
Sing, Shirley. We thank God for you all tuning into the broadcast. Getting back to our series, though, we were at 19 and we haven't finished verse 19. We split it up. The second portion of 19 is singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord. Now, we talked about the songs and psalms and the spiritual songs and all that good stuff like that to try to give an understanding, a little better understanding about the differentiation. Now we want to kind of get down to singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord. Paul now moves to instructions on the private level, indicated by in your heart. Times of corporate worship should be followed by ongoing personal worship. So if you're just doing the corporate thing and haven't been doing it privately, you're missing out. There are times when you need to get into that private time with you and God. Great to ask me for prayer, but it ought to be some prayer time between you and God. You ought to be talking to him for yourself, because he wants to hear from you. He doesn't just want to hear from me. He wants to hear from you. God likes his relationship with you. Our spiritual filling is not just for Sunday. It continues after the congregation disperses. It goes on all the week long. At least it should. If it isn't happening all the week long, you ought to check that. You ought to find out why you only worship on Sunday, or only worship during times when you are in service with other Christians. Why is it that you don't worship outside of that time? If you're not worshiping outside of that time, you might want to consider that you have a spiritual deficit somewhere. Now, the power of music and worship can be seen in those times during the week when the lyrics and or the melody of a piece of Christian music wells up in our souls, giving us a sense of worship. Hearing songs like Shirley Caesar's God Will Make a Way, or Dion Kipling's What's Coming is Better, can help us through those trying times, those times when things just don't seem to be going the way we would desire them to go. So, let me get to a what do you think point. What do you think? Me, you, all of us should kind of give some thought to this. Let it marinate in our spirit. Let it meditate in our soul. Let us consider this and come up with a conclusion as to how we operate, and then is it the right way to operate, and what are solutions to fixing it if we're not doing it the right way. In what ways have you, me, we seen music in a positive influence on Christians? And how can we keep music from being a stumbling block? Such as music styles in our church, the influence of secular music on believers, using secular music within the church, the application of 1 Corinthians chapter 8 to music issues. What are some ways? What do we deal with concerning that? How can we deal with that? Just something to consider and to ponder and to kind of meditate on as we get ready to transition from this portion of the broadcast till next. But we do thank God for you all tuning into the broadcast. You are tuned into Guts, Gospel United Save, bringing you the information needed for transformation within South Florida and all over the world, a variety talk show with a Christian point of view, hoping that you will have the guts to tell somebody about Jesus. I'm your host, Nikki V, and we do thank you so much for tuning into the broadcast. Like to hang in here, that'd be great. All you got to do is call 877-217-5375. That's 877-217-5375. We thank God for you all tuning into the broadcast. We hope you continue to tune in and be a part of what God is doing right here and right now, and continue to have the guts to tell somebody about Jesus. I'm your host, Nikki V, and we'll be right back after this. Let's face it, losing a loved one is hard, and the grief that is put on your family can be troublesome. We strive to make the hardest time for you and your family the easiest. We want your loved one to be sent off the best way possible with only your interest at heart. Let us allow the bereaved to breathe easy by calling Fuller Brothers Funeral Home 954-366-3758. That's 954-366-3758. Life goes on, but live easy, knowing that your loved one is in a better place with Fuller Brothers Funeral Home, 954-366-3758. Let Fuller Brothers family take care of your family. 1805 North Dixie Highway in the city of Pompano Beach, Florida, 954-366-3758.
This is our slogan. We say that HIV/AIDS stops with me. If you can say this, and then you can be able to take a stand with us that says